Hello, I'm jashykins, and welcome to another little vlog review, this time of the Z Nation episode Doctor of the Dead. And guess what? This is the season 1 finale, and luckily there's going to be a season 2. Anyways, we find out that the zombie virus is man-made. And it's basically this combination of all these really dangerous diseases. And someone had the bright idea, let's make, a super disease. And that's what the zombie virus is. It was made by Dr. Kurian. I think it's revealed that he has another name, but, because he's just pretending to be someone else. But I can't remember, and I think earlier I tried to look up the synopsis and they didn't have one. The synopsis being play-by-play, basically. And so yeah, so Dr. Kurian traveled the world for at least 4 years, making up this super virus. And one of the signs that the Z virus was man-made was the fact that people were looking for a vaccine before the zombie outbreak. So they were looking for a vaccine for being a zombie. So of course it's man-made. Of course, there's certain things about the virus that still aren't really clear, like, why does it bring back the dead? Why does, everyone come back as a zombie when they died? Because I believe that's something they, took over from The Walking Dead, we're already infected. So how exactly did that work? Is it, I don't know, something about the zombie virus activated that part, even while not bit? I don't know. So hopefully we might find that out in season 2. Because part of it's man-made, but then maybe part of, I don't know. I don't know, maybe whatever they were doing became so widespread that it was easy to pass on the coming back alive thing, but without actually becoming a zombie. So maybe that gene was passed on. I fucking don't know. Comment below. We'll probably have more intelligent things to say than me. Not hard to do. Anyways, at the end of this episode, Murphy just abandons everyone because while it might seem bad, really, Murphy never once wanted to be involved. He was brought to try this vaccine out on his, because he was a prisoner, and so they're like, yeah, inject him. And so he still has flashbacks of that from time to time throughout the season. And so he just found out that his sacrifice meant nothing. Nothing. It was just a whole ploy by someone else for some nefarious gain. So Murphy lost his humanity. He saw what he'll most likely become in the future. And all that happened not for a good reason. I think he was starting to, become at least a little bit more moral than before. Because it's like, okay, he could have abandoned this thing at any time. There were numerous points where he could have ran away, but he didn't. Because I think part of him knew that this could work. This could work and it would be all worth it in the end. But that turned out to be wrong. And he thinks Citizen Z purposefully led them into traps. So Citizen Z, the voice that had been helping them out the entire season is suddenly a traitor, even though citizens he tries to tell him that he didn't know that there were fake credentials used. And you couldn't see Citizen Z's in pain. Murphy is like, fuck it all, and leaves them. And the cool sort of part is that he's sort of shedding his skin like a snake. And finally, for today, a cliffhanger ending. I didn't know a cliffhanger ending was coming up. I know there's going to be cliffhangers that make you watch next season, but this one was really fucking bad. I mean, once it started to play, I was like, yeah, definitely, fuck it, please, just go on a little bit longer. And yeah. And I think I've read by commenters on IMDb that upon filming this cliffhanger ending, they were unsure if they were going to get canceled or not. So they probably thought they were going to be canceled, most likely, so they had the ending, which now is a cliffhanger, but would be a really good, series ender with basically everyone dying. Because what happened is that when Murphy left the group, he didn't do the proper procedure, so nuclear missiles were released. So everyone seems to be about to die. And some people are speculating that the hacker that was trying to hack into Citizen Z stuff will divert them. But if the series was going to end here, I could definitely see how it'd be a nice quick wrap up. But now it's like, how are they going to survive? And also, Mac and Addie are alive. I sort of knew that Addie had a great chance of living, but how did Mac survive? I thought he'd just go back there and got killed. I need season 2 to answer that, because that's the only part of the ending that would have been a real bad cliffhanger to get no answers for, even if they are bad. And so, my final thoughts on the Z Nation episode, Doctor of the Dead. I love this season finale. I never really expected to love this show, but it is really humorous for the most part. There are some serious storylines, like Murphy's, but then there's like getting stoned with a zombie, seeing NATOs. There's these really crazy shits. The one part of episode or two, I think last week's episode, where zombies took Viagra and little dead Woody. So it's like this dark storylines from time to time, but basically it's awesome. So I'm really glad it's getting a second season, and this was a good season finale. And I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see V-Live reviews like this. I finally got the next chapter of SNN out, so if you go on my blog, you can read that, finally. And if you go on my blog, on the sidebar thingy is a way for you to see where I am on the web and say hi. Also, the dragon being raised on the side. If you suggest a name, you can advertise on my blog, and there's more information on my blog there. And finally, if you're watching this on the lovely YouTube, go into the description. There's a link to donate your account if you donate your Twitter and or Facebook accounts to my campaign. Thank you very much. And I'm going back to reading the Death Cure and Maze Runner book. Oh god, this series is fucking addictive. And until next video.